Did you know that Buddha himself, the one many consider a symbol of detachment, also taught about financial prosperity? Yes, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, had a revolutionary view on wealth and left us powerful lessons for attracting material and spiritual abundance. What if I told you that these teachings could be the key you need to transform your financial life, much faster and more fully than you imagine? Forget everything anyone has ever told you about wealth being something that can only be achieved through exhaustive effort and endless sacrifices. Buddha believed that wealth and spirituality need not be opposites. On the contrary, when aligned, they create a natural flow of prosperity. It may seem contradictory, but he taught that it is possible to achieve an abundant life without giving up inner peace, something that few dare to teach. Curious? Get ready to delve into Buddha's secret teachings on how to attract wealth in a conscious and transformative way. But, before we start, enjoy and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Leave a like, comment on what you hope to learn, and share this video with that person who needs to hear these words. Let's discover the true path to prosperity together. When we think about financial prosperity, it is common to imagine great fortunes or impressive figures. But, according to Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, true prosperity is first born within us. Buddha did not see wealth as an evil in itself. On the contrary, he believed that abundance can be a path to liberation, as long as it is used wisely and compassionately. And then begins the secret that few know. Prosperity is not just a matter of possessions, but of mindset. Yes, you can cultivate a sense of wealth, of worth, that transcends money itself. You are able to feel prosperous from now on by changing the way you see the value around you. Buddha always encouraged his followers to develop 3 essential virtues to achieve prosperity: generosity, compassion, and wisdom. Generosity, for example, is not just about giving money or material goods, but about sharing something of value with another, be it advice, help, or even a smile. Compassion is the way to understand the needs of others and, in some way, contribute to the common good. Wisdom, in turn, helps us discern how to use our resources in ways that benefit both ourselves and others. How about starting by practicing these virtues? Take the test. Think of something you can offer today, without expecting anything in return. Abundance is built with these small steps. Buddha also taught that external prosperity is a reflection of internal prosperity. In other words, you won't attract lasting wealth if you don't cultivate a prosperous mind. He suggested that everyone reflect on their beliefs and internal blocks regarding money. Ask yourself, what do I really feel when I think about wealth? Do I feel fear, guilt, desire? These emotions often limit our abundance potential. Freeing yourself from these internal blocks is like opening a direct path to prosperity. So, be aware of the thoughts that arise when you think about money. Are they of abundance or scarcity? A curious point is that the Buddha spoke about the importance of honest and meaningful work. For him, work is a way of expressing our purpose and generating value for the world. When you carry out an activity that contributes to the good of all, prosperity ends up becoming a natural consequence. It's not just about making money, but about creating something that benefits others and brings you fulfillment. Think about your daily activities. Do you feel like you are contributing something meaningful? Work done with purpose has a special magnetism to attract wealth. Furthermore, Buddha mentioned balance. He warned that the unbridled search for money or status could become a trap, leading to suffering instead of happiness. True financial prosperity, according to him, is that which does not consume your mental peace. Therefore, he encouraged his followers to find a middle ground, a path path that involved both the search for abundance and serenity. Have you thought about that? How much of your pursuit of wealth actually adds happiness to your life? Prosperity is something that comes with peace. Another important lesson is about detachment. For Buddha, the idea of accumulating possessions without purpose was empty. He saw money as a means, not an end. Therefore, to attract more prosperity, it is necessary to learn to use what we have wisely, without getting attached selfishly. This does not mean that you should give up your possessions, but it does mean that you should avoid being controlled by them. How about reflecting on what you really need? What could you let go of to make room for new opportunities for abundance? Finally, a powerful message from Buddha about prosperity is the idea of gratitude. He taught that when we cultivate gratitude for what we already have, we naturally attract more good things into our lives. Gratitude opens invisible doors to prosperity. How about starting or ending your day reflecting on what you already have? Reflect. What riches do you already have that you may not have recognized yet? Financial prosperity begins in the mind. Buddha taught that we are the result of our thoughts and actions, and the mindset we adopt towards life defines whether we are in tune with abundance or scarcity. Self-responsibility is essential to developing a prosperity mindset, as we recognize that everything we achieve, or fail to achieve, is directly linked to our attitudes. Ask yourself, are you taking responsibility for your finances, for your destiny? Yes, you are capable of shaping your reality. It's not the circumstances that define your worthiness, but rather how you react to them. A practical example of self-responsibility is taking care of your finances. When you monitor your spending, set clear goals and study how to increase your income, you send a message to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Organize your finances and set a concrete goal, even if it's small at first. It is an act of respect for yourself and openness to the flow of abundance. Financially prosperous people are always proactive in managing their resources. How about taking that first step? Even if today seems difficult, remember, you can do it. Another aspect of the mindset is understanding that thoughts of scarcity are silent saboteurs. If you constantly worry about the lack of money, believing that prosperity is for others, you end up creating a barrier against wealth. Instead, work your mind to accept that abundance is your right, everyone's. Buddha said that we are worthy of what we sow. Believe that you are capable, that you deserve prosperity. Visualize the life you want, and that vision begins to become your reality. The first step is to believe that you are capable of achieving what you want. To attract prosperity, cultivate positive self-talk. This involves eliminating self-criticism and thoughts of doubt. Replace phrases like "I can't" with "I can," and "this is impossible for me" with "I can make this happen." Believe me, these subtle changes in your internal speech can have a profound impact on your mindset and your actions. Want to work out? Spend the day observing yourself and correct every thought that limits your potential. This simple practice is a powerful tool for reprogramming your mind for success. Buddha also taught that it is necessary to abandon the fear of judgment. We often stop seeking more prosperity out of fear of what others will think, as if wanting more were a sin. In fact, seeking prosperity is something natural and desirable. When we put aside other people's opinions and focus on our growth, the doors of abundance begin to open. So, ask yourself, what would you stop fearing today to achieve your dreams? Other people's judgment cannot define who you are or what you deserve. You are the creator of your own prosperity story. Self-responsibility also involves accepting one's own faults. Accepting our mistakes is liberating, as it allows us to learn and move forward. On the path to prosperity, you will encounter challenges and perhaps make poor decisions, but these moments are valuable lessons. Instead of blaming yourself, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This mindset of continuous learning is what differentiates those who remain stagnant from those who achieve wealth. Failures are part of the process. You are able to grow with them. Another important point is that the prosperity mindset involves not outsourcing your own happiness to money. Buddha always reinforced that money, in itself, does not bring peace or fulfillment. He is a means, but not the end. For wealth to be complete, it needs to be accompanied by emotional balance. Ask yourself, am I seeking wealth to fill some inner void? When we understand this, prosperity flows much more naturally and in line with who we really are. In the end, it is the combination of mindset and self-responsibility that transforms anyone's life. When you decide to take control of your mind and your actions, nothing can stop you. Financial prosperity stops being a distant dream and starts to become part of your path. Generosity is one of the fundamental keys that Buddha left us to open the doors of prosperity. Contrary to what many think, donating does not diminish what you have. On the contrary, it creates a cycle of abundance around you. Think about how the people we know to be truly prosperous are always willing to share, whether by helping financially or giving of their time. This practice of generosity sends a powerful message to the universe. I trust that prosperity returns to me. Believe, you are capable of sowing good and reaping unexpected rewards. Buddha taught that generosity does not need to be linked only to money. It can be applied in acts of kindness, in a moment of sincere listening, in offering help when someone needs it most. When you open yourself up to giving to others, even if it's advice or a gesture of affection, you strengthen the flow of worthiness and abundance. This concept is not just spiritual, it is practical. Try giving yourself in some way today, no matter how small the gesture, and notice how it transforms your own vibration, expanding your wealth mindset. A practical example of how generosity attracts prosperity can be seen in people who build their networks based on mutual help. When you are generous with your knowledge or skills, the people around you notice and tend to reciprocate, creating a network of support and mutual growth. The famous American businessman Andrew Carnegie, for example, was known for his generosity, and this practice helped him become one of the most prosperous men of his time. Remember, by helping others, you are also helping yourself. This cycle of generosity is a true magnet for wealth. And generosity should not be seen just as an obligation or a sacrifice. It needs to be an act of pleasure, of satisfaction in being able to contribute. When you give from your heart, the universe interprets this gesture as a sign that you trust the abundance in your life. Have you ever tried donating something without expecting anything in return, just for the pleasure of seeing someone do well? This type of giving creates such powerful energy that it inevitably attracts prosperity. The feeling of deserving also grows when we know that we are doing our part for the world. Buddha also warned us about the danger of excessive attachment. When you hold on to what you have, afraid of losing it, you end up blocking the flow of abundance. Generosity breaks this attachment, freeing you from the fear of scarcity. It is a gesture that opens space for something new to enter your life. Think about it. What's the point of accumulating wealth if it doesn't circulate? Wealth only comes to life when it is in motion, helping and inspiring other people. This constant flow is the true secret to attracting lasting prosperity. It is also important that generosity is a constant practice. It is not something to be done once and then forgotten. Turn it into a habit, and see how your life begins to transform. Generosity is a vibration that the universe understands and responds to. The more you give, the more you feel like abundance is part of who you are. Want a practical example? Choose a generous action to do every week, whether it's donating something material or offering your time to someone. By incorporating this practice, you strengthen your prosperity mindset. Finally, remember that generosity is one of the pillars that most connects you to the feeling of deserving. When you help, you internalize the feeling that you are worthy of the abundance that circulates in your life. This is the powerful mindset that attracts wealth naturally and authentically. After all, when you are committed to doing good, the universe responds. Generosity is one of the fundamental keys that Buddha left us to open the doors of prosperity. Contrary to what many think, donating does not diminish what you have. On the contrary, it creates a cycle of abundance around you. Think about how the people we know to be truly prosperous are always willing to share, whether by helping financially or giving of their time. This practice of generosity sends a powerful message to the universe. I trust that prosperity returns to me. Believe, you are capable of sowing good and reaping unexpected rewards. Buddha taught that generosity does not need to be linked only to money. It can be applied in acts of kindness, in a moment of sincere listening, in offering help when someone needs it most. When you open yourself up to giving to others, even if it's advice or a gesture of affection, you strengthen the flow of worthiness and abundance. This concept is not just spiritual, it is practical. Try giving yourself in some way today, no matter how small the gesture, and notice how it transforms your own vibration, expanding your wealth mindset. A practical example of how generosity attracts prosperity can be seen in people who build their networks based on mutual help. When you are generous with your knowledge or skills, the people around you notice and tend to reciprocate, creating a network of support and mutual growth. The famous American businessman Andrew Carnegie, for example, was known for his generosity, and this practice helped him become one of the most prosperous men of his time. Remember, by helping others, you are also helping yourself. This cycle of generosity is a true magnet for wealth. And generosity should not be seen just as an obligation or a sacrifice. It needs to be an act of pleasure, of satisfaction in being able to contribute. When you give from your heart, the universe interprets this gesture as a sign that you trust the abundance in your life. Have you ever tried donating something without expecting anything in return, just for the pleasure of seeing someone do well? This type of giving creates such powerful energy that it inevitably attracts prosperity. The feeling of deserving also grows when we know that we are doing our part for the world. Buddha also warned us about the danger of excessive attachment. When you hold on to what you have, afraid of losing it, you end up blocking the flow of abundance. Generosity breaks this attachment, freeing you from the fear of scarcity. It is a gesture that opens space for something new to enter your life. Think about it. What's the point of accumulating wealth if it doesn't circulate? Wealth only comes to life when it is in motion, helping and inspiring other people. This constant flow is the true secret to attracting lasting prosperity. It is also important that generosity is a constant practice. It is not something to be done once and then forgotten. Turn it into a habit, and see how your life begins to transform. Generosity is a vibration that the universe understands and responds to. The more you give, the more you feel like abundance is part of who you are. Want a practical example? Choose a generous action to do every week, whether it's donating something material or offering your time to someone. By incorporating this practice, you strengthen your prosperity mindset. Finally, remember that generosity is one of the pillars that most connects you to the feeling of deserving. When you help, you internalize the feeling that you are worthy of the abundance that circulates in your life. This is the powerful mindset that attracts wealth naturally and authentically. After all, when you are committed to doing good, the universe responds. Buddha taught that work is more than a way to make money, it is an expression of who we are and how we contribute to the common good. Meaningful work has the power to attract prosperity because it connects us with a greater purpose. When you do something you love and that benefits others, abundance becomes a natural consequence. Think about people who are successful doing what they love. They are always full of energy and motivation. Yes, you are capable of finding or transforming your work into something meaningful and prosperous. True prosperity, according to Buddha's teachings, is doing something that enriches your life and those around you. Work that benefits others becomes more than an activity, it becomes a mission. This does not mean that everyone needs to be a big businessman or public figure. It could be anything that makes a difference to someone. The value you generate is what creates the flow of abundance. Think about how you can add value to your current job. You can start by changing the way you see small daily tasks. Working with purpose also helps develop an abundance mindset. When your work is an extension of your passions and talents, it stops being an obligation and becomes a source of satisfaction. Buddha taught that true happiness comes from within, and that includes work. If you're in an activity that doesn't make sense for you, maybe it's time to rethink and look for something that really resonates with your values. Ask yourself, does my current job reflect who I really am? If not, what steps can you take to change this? A practical example is looking at the lives of people who found success in areas they love, like Steve Jobs, who turned his passion for technology into an empire. He believed that by doing what we love, financial success is an inevitable consequence. Jobs had a prosperity mindset that guided him, and that mindset is something anyone can develop. Find something in your work that can spark that passion and dedicate yourself to it. The deeper you delve into something you love, the closer you will be to prosperity. Buddha also taught that work must be carried out with dedication and ethics. Sustainable financial success is built on solid foundations, where every action is done with integrity. Many times, people look for shortcuts to wealth, but end up tripping over their own traps. When you act ethically and committedly, you not only build a safer path to prosperity, but you also inspire trust and respect. This type of work brings a return that goes beyond money, because it nourishes your spirit. Prosperity at work also involves being open to learning and constantly improving. Buddha said that knowledge is a form of wealth that no one can take away from you. When you strive to be excellent at what you do, you become a magnet for opportunities. Want a practical tip? Invest in courses, books, or any source of learning that improves your skills. The market values those who are always evolving, and this inevitably brings more opportunities for financial growth. Finally, remember that meaningful work is not just a personal pursuit, but also a way to impact the world. When you are connected to a greater purpose, you attract energy that transcends finances and creates a continuous cycle of prosperity and fulfillment. After all, by contributing to the common good, you increase your worth and open the doors to true abundance. Buddha taught us that detachment is an essential practice for true prosperity. For him, excessive attachment to material goods and even ideas can become a barrier to abundance. When we hold on to something for fear of losing, we create a blockage that impedes the flow of prosperity. By learning to let go, to trust that we lack nothing, we make space for new opportunities and riches to enter our lives. This does not mean giving up what you have, but rather freeing yourself from the obsessive need to control. Yes, you are able to live fully and lightly, without fear of scarcity. Detachment invites us to rethink our priorities and understand that true wealth is not limited to the accumulation of goods. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you didn't emotionally depend on money for peace. Detachment allows us to appreciate what we have without becoming slaves to it. How about trying to donate something you no longer use, but keep for safekeeping? This simple gesture can symbolize your openness to abundance and the natural flow of things. You are able to let go of what no longer serves you, allowing the new to enter. Detachment also applies to what we believe is necessary to be happy. We often cling to a rigid idea of success or how life should be, which ends up generating frustration. Buddha taught us to live in the present, letting go of unrealistic expectations. This is liberating, as it allows us to see that prosperity can come in unexpected ways. Ask yourself, am I too fixated on one way to succeed? By releasing this fixed idea, you make space for abundance to manifest in surprising ways. Another practical way to apply detachment is to reorganize your material possessions. We often accumulate objects that no longer serve a purpose in our lives. By releasing them, you create a lighter environment conducive to prosperity. This practice can be a powerful ritual of renewal. Go to your closet or workspace and ask yourself, does this still make sense to me? Letting go of excess is a symbolic gesture of trust that the universe will provide. You don't need to hold everything, let it flow. Buddha also taught that detachment is a path to connecting with our true essence, beyond what we possess. When you stop defining your value by what you have, you begin to value yourself for who you are. This shift in perception is what attracts true abundance. Imagine feeling complete regardless of possessions. This is one of the greatest secrets of prosperity. External abundance becomes a reflection of your internal fullness. Believe me, you are capable of living with this lightness. Furthermore, detachment allows us to deal with uncertainty more calmly. Life is full of ups and downs, and when we are attached to an idea of total control, any change destabilizes us. Buddha encouraged us to accept impermanence. Detachment prepares us to face changes with courage and confidence, keeping us open to the new. When you are not attached to the past or a specific future, opportunities become more visible and success flows with less resistance. Finally, remember that letting go is an ongoing practice. It's not something you do once and that's it, but rather a constant exercise of trust in the abundance of the universe. Each day, you can choose to let go a little more, allowing wealth to arrive in a more natural and harmonious way. Self-confidence is one of the fundamental pillars for achieving prosperity. Buddha taught us that all transformation begins from the inside out, and when we believe in our potential, we open doors to opportunities for wealth and success. When you see yourself as worthy and capable, the universe responds to that vibration. It's a question of mindset. Start replacing doubts with affirmations of power. I can do it. I am capable. I deserve it. This is the first step to building a solid path towards abundance. To strengthen self-confidence, it is important to leave your comfort zone and face challenges. Buddha reminded us that growth only happens when we face our limitations. How about identifying something you've always wanted to do, but never had the courage to try? It could be a new project, a new skill, or even a conversation you avoid. By overcoming these small obstacles, you strengthen your mindset and prove to yourself that you are capable. Every step out of your comfort zone is a step closer to prosperity. Another practical exercise to develop self-confidence is self-knowledge. Knowing your strengths as well as your weaknesses allows you to build a solid foundation. Buddha emphasized the importance of looking inward sincerely, without judgment. Make a list of your skills, achievements, and qualities. Review it whenever you have doubts about its value. This habit not only boosts your self-confidence, but reinforces your sense of worthiness. Remember, you are capable of achieving great things, and these qualities are proof of that. Self-confidence also involves recognizing the value of what you offer. We often underestimate the impact we have on the lives of others, whether in our profession or in our relationships. Buddha taught that each of us has a unique purpose, a special contribution to the world. Think about how your skills and talents have already benefited others. By recognizing your impact, you strengthen your self-confidence and realize that you deserve the abundance you seek. This recognition is a powerful fuel for prosperity. But self-confidence isn't just about believing in yourself, it's also about acting with courage. There's no point in trusting your own abilities if you don't put them into practice. Buddha reminded us that action is essential to manifesting our desires. So ask yourself, what can I do today to get closer to the life I want? It doesn't matter how big the step is, the important thing is to start. With each action, no matter how small, you reaffirm your self-confidence and strengthen the path to prosperity. It is also important to take care of your environment, as it directly influences your self-confidence. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and encourage you makes all the difference. Avoid those who diminish your dreams or distrust your potential. Seek inspiration from stories of people who overcame challenges and achieved success. Want an example? Read about Oprah Winfrey, who turned a difficult childhood into a life of prosperity and global influence. These examples reinforce that, yes, you are capable of achieving what you want. Finally, remember that self-confidence is a daily practice. Every small victory should be celebrated as they build the foundation of your prosperity. Buddha said that true strength comes from within, and each time you believe in yourself, that strength grows. Cultivate this confidence every day, and you will notice how prosperity becomes a natural extension of who you are. Buddha always taught about the importance of keeping an open and flexible mind. When we are willing to explore new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities, we become receptive to opportunities we never even imagined before. This is an abundance mindset, not limiting yourself to what you already know, but being willing to continually learn and grow. Financial prosperity often comes from unexpected paths, from insights that emerge when we are open. You can open your mind to the new and allow wealth to find a way to you. Keeping an open mind involves stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging the limiting beliefs that can block your progress. Often, we think we already know enough, or that only a specific path will lead us to success. Buddha encouraged us to question these beliefs, as they can limit us. How about challenging one of these beliefs? For example, instead of thinking that wealth is only for some, ask yourself, how can I become one of those people? This questioning can open doors to a more prosperous mindset. An open mind is also reflected in the ability to continually learn. Buddha reminded us that learning is infinite and that all knowledge is a form of wealth. Successful people are eager to learn, whether by reading books, taking courses, or seeking new experiences. A practical example is Warren Buffett, who dedicates several hours a day to reading, as he believes that knowledge is the basis of his prosperity. How about dedicating 15 minutes a day to learning something new? Over time, this practice can transform your vision and open paths to prosperity. Furthermore, an open mind allows you to adapt to changes, and this adaptability is crucial for those seeking prosperity. Life is constantly moving, and opportunities appear for those who are prepared to reinvent themselves. Buddha taught us that resistance to change is a source of suffering, while acceptance and flexibility bring us peace and progress. Instead of fearing the new, embrace it. Believe me, you are capable of thriving in any circumstance, as long as you are willing to adjust and grow. Staying open to new opportunities also means expanding your networks. Often, the connections we make are the conduit to financial opportunities. By meeting people from different fields and with different experiences, you increase your chances of receiving valuable insights. Buddha valued the concept of community, where everyone supports each other and grows together. How about looking for an event or group where you can meet new people? These contacts can be the path to a project or an idea that turns into prosperity. Buddha also taught us the importance of being open to listening to others, especially those who think differently than us. Often, we are so attached to our own ideas that we block the chance to learn something new. The next big idea could be in an unexpected conversation. Try listening carefully and curiously. An open mind, in addition to attracting opportunities, also generates a feeling of worthiness and self-confidence. You are able to enrich yourself not just with money, but with wisdom. In the end, an open mind is a prosperous mind. She sees beyond limitations and is always ready to welcome new things. The more you practice this opening, the more opportunities come your way. It's no coincidence, by staying receptive, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and pave the way for a life of continued prosperity and growth. For Buddha, true prosperity is that which includes both the material and the spiritual. He taught that wealth need not be an obstacle to spiritual growth. On the contrary, it can be a tool for transformation. When you align your financial intentions with your greater purpose, prosperity flows in a balanced and harmonious way. Financial prosperity takes on a deeper meaning when it contributes not only to your well-being, but also to the good of others. Believe, you are capable of building a rich life in every way. One of the central points of this balance is understanding the purpose of money in your life. Buddha reminded us that money is just an energy, a means to achieve greater goals. Ask yourself, what do I really want to accomplish with my prosperity? When you set a greater purpose for your finances, whether it's helping your family, supporting a cause, or creating something meaningful, money becomes a means of expressing who you are. This elevates the sense of worthiness and opens up even more paths to abundance. Spirituality also teaches us about the importance of self-control and wisdom when dealing with wealth. Financial prosperity requires responsibility and awareness to be sustainable. Buddha believed that attachment to money creates suffering, and the true path is that of balance. This does not mean avoiding money, but using it consciously, always with the vision of contributing to the greater good. How about, for example, setting a limit on your spending on non-essentials and directing a part of your income towards something meaningful? This is an exercise in self-control that strengthens your prosperity mindset. Another important point is the practice of gratitude and contentment. Spirituality teaches us to value what we have and find happiness in the present. When you learn to be grateful for what you have already achieved, you create a solid foundation to attract even more. Buddha said that inner peace is the true treasure, and by cultivating it, you turn money into a blessing, not a burden. Try setting aside a moment in your day to reflect on what money has already provided you. This expands your sense of worth and attracts new opportunities for prosperity. Spirituality also reminds us of the importance of doing good with what we have. Buddha taught that the true value of prosperity lies in its ability to generate benefits for everyone. When you direct part of your wealth to help others, whether through donations, projects, or social initiatives, you create a cycle of abundance. It's like planting seeds that, in the future, will bear even more prosperous fruits. Consider ways you can use your prosperity to positively impact those around you. This is one of the most powerful ways to attract wealth in every way. Buddha guided us to seek simplicity and avoid rampant consumerism. True prosperity, according to him, lies in knowing how to distinguish what is essential from what is superficial. We often seek comfort in material goods, but peace and fulfillment come from the balance between having and being. Ask yourself, what really brings me happiness? By living more simply, you create space to focus on what really matters and direct your resources in more meaningful ways. This practice creates a foundation of prosperity that goes far beyond money. Finally, spirituality and financial prosperity go hand in hand when you are at peace with your purpose and the choices you make. Buddha taught us that by harmonizing the material with the spiritual, life becomes an expression of fulfillment. True wealth is feeling complete, knowing that what you have serves a greater purpose. This is the essence of the abundance mindset. Buddha always taught that perseverance is one of the most important virtues for achieving any goal, including financial prosperity. On the path to abundance, many give up when they encounter the first obstacles, but the secret is to remain firm and resilient. Daily discipline, even in small steps, creates a solid foundation for growth. Do you want to achieve something? Cultivate patience and persistence, as it is constancy that turns your desire into reality. You are capable of overcoming challenges and building the prosperous life you want. Discipline is what keeps you focused on your goals, even when the rewards are not yet visible. Buddha taught us that everything in life requires effort, and that success does not come overnight. If you want to attract prosperity, it is essential to create habits that support this purpose. How about starting by setting financial goals and following a plan to achieve them? Small steps, such as controlling expenses, saving monthly, or studying investments, bring powerful results over time. Yes, you can create this discipline and reap the rewards from it. To build prosperity, it is essential to learn from mistakes, instead of becoming discouraged because of them. Buddha always reminded us that every failure is an opportunity for growth. Instead of seeing a mistake as a defeat, see it as a necessary adjustment for your success. If something didn't go as expected, ask yourself what can be improved. This continuous learning reinforces resilience and brings you closer to the goal of prosperity. You are able to get up as many times as necessary, and that is the true strength of the abundance mindset. Perseverance also involves avoiding distractions and staying focused on what really matters. In a society full of stimuli, it's easy to get lost in activities that don't contribute to your goals. Buddha guided us to focus on the essential, on what really brings value. Want a practical example? If you find yourself distracted by social media or excessive entertainment, try creating specific times for these activities, dedicating the rest of the time to your financial goals. This practice of intentional focus is a powerful ally for prosperity. Furthermore, it is important to maintain emotional discipline, especially in times of crisis. Buddha taught us that self-control is essential to face the ups and downs of life. Maintaining calm and clarity in difficult times helps us make more assertive decisions, avoiding impulses that could harm our finances. When you feel like your emotions are taking over you, try meditation or breathing techniques to regain control. The ability to remain calm in the face of difficulties is what distinguishes those who achieve prosperity from those who let themselves be discouraged. Persistence also teaches us the importance of reviewing our goals and adapting them as we grow. Buddha encouraged us to always look within and adjust our path when necessary. Sometimes what seemed like an ideal financial goal can change, and that's okay. Review your goals from time to time and adapt them to your current reality. This adjustment is a form of intelligent discipline, as it keeps you in tune with your real needs and desires, always aligned with prosperity. Finally, remember that perseverance and discipline are like seeds that you plant to reap abundance. Every step you take, every conscious choice you make, every small victory achieved is a brick that builds your prosperous future. Believe in your potential and stay firm on the path. After all, true prosperity is not a destination, but an ongoing journey that grows stronger with each act of perseverance. Throughout this video, we explore Buddha's profound teachings on financial prosperity and spirituality, understanding that true wealth is built on both internal values and external achievements. We saw that prosperity begins with the mindset, with the confidence that we deserve abundance and that we are capable of achieving it with purpose. We learn about the power of generosity, detachment, and gratitude as forces that make space for wealth to flow genuinely in our lives. We also understand that aligning our financial objectives with our greater purpose turns money into a tool for evolution, not an end in itself. Meaningful work, perseverance, and discipline have proven essential to sustaining the path to prosperity. And, perhaps most importantly, we have seen that an open mind and spiritual connection help us attract opportunities and deal with the ups and downs of the journey with equanimity. Each of these teachings is a piece of a puzzle that, when put together, reveals the true meaning of prosperity, a life where the material and the spiritual go hand in hand, where we seek abundance with integrity and inner peace. This is Buddha's message to all of us, that prosperity is at the service of our evolution and well-being. Now, if this content resonated with you, be sure to subscribe to the channel to receive more videos like this. Like it to help this message reach more people, and share your opinion in the comments. And, if you know someone who also needs to hear these words, share the video. Together, we can spread this knowledge and transform many lives.